Everyone has a certain amount of faith in something. Most likely, in a lot of cases, it's just faith in themselves. And why is that? Because that's the only one they trust. The only one they trust to get something done or do something. Others can have just trust in politicians. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on the left or right, you can be right up the middle. Politicians will fail you every time. All the things that you want and that you voted for never seem to quite happen or come to pass. And that's what happens with everyone. It doesn't matter which side. It's always going to happen. So what is faith and how does it work? Let's talk about that today in your morning cup of inspiration. You know, over in Hebrews 11:1, the Bible tells us now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. So faith isn't just believing. I believe that it's acting on what you believe. That's what faith is all about. You could say 100 times, I believe, I believe, I believe, but if you don't put action behind what you believe, then you're just blowing wind. You're just talking. That's all it is. Truly having faith in God is both believing and taking action. Let's look at Moses. Moses was out there tending the fields, right? He had left Egypt, and when God told him to go to speak to Pharaoh, he didn't want to go, and he fought it. But then he finally submitted. He took his faith, turned it into action, and he went before Pharaoh. Noah, God spoke to Noah, told him to build an ark. It wasn't even raining yet. But what did he do? He built that ark, just as God told him to. He turned his faith into action. And of course, we know the end of that story. Let's look at David. David's going to fight Goliath. He didn't just go to show up for a fight. He ran towards him because he knew that he had the victory. He knew it was his. He had his faith in God, and he was taking action. That's what faith is. Faith is in the one true God is a plus action. When you add those two together, it works. The Bible tells us in James 2:19 that even the demons believe and tremble. They know that someone that has faith and takes action with it, that God is in control and that they hadn't to do a thing about it. They tremble thinking of what God's going to do. You know, we are saved by faith, so we live by faith and not by feelings and not by emotions. If we truly believe what the Word of God says, and it tells us, then regardless of what is going on in our minds or whatever's going on around us, there is no safer place to put our faith than in God. I hope that blesses you, and I look forward to seeing you again for another morning cup of inspiration. Have a wonderful day.